Welcome to the channel. Today we will discuss the topic credit creation by commercial banks and the deposit multiplier. Now, what is credit creation? Credit creation is one of the most important functions of the commercial banks. In the ordinary course of business, banks accept deposits from the public and lend money to the customers. By experience, banks know that all depositors do not withdraw money simultaneously. Some may withdraw while some others may deposit on the same day. So by keeping a small cash reserve for day-to-day transactions, the bank is able to grant loans on the basis of excess reserves. The amount lent may come back to the same bank or may go to any other bank as deposits. The bank whose deposits have increased will lend. This process will continue till the total deposits have increased by a number of times the original deposit of cash. This process of creating credit by lending out the initial deposits by various banks is known as credit creation. Thus, for credit creation, a number of banks are required in the system, simultaneously accepting deposits and giving loans, and also well-developed banking habits of the people in the economy are also required. Now, let me give you a numerical example on the credit creation. Let us assume that the cash reserve ratio is 20%. Now, what is the cash reserve ratio? The cash reserve ratio is the ratio of money which is to be kept as reserve by the commercial banks on the deposits, and the commercial banks can lend out the rest. If cash reserve ratio is 20% and the initial deposit is rupees 1000 by a particular person, the bank will keep rupees 200 as deposit as reserve, and it will lend out the 80%, that is rupees 800, to another customer. Now, if people have a good banking habit, that another customer will take this rupees 800 as loan and deposit it in his bank, say bank 2. Now, the second bank will keep 20% of this deposit as reserve and lend out the rest 80%, that is 640. Let us suppose that rupees 640 is lent out to a customer 3. Now the customer 3 will deposit this 640 in a third bank, and the third bank will keep 20% reserve and lend out the rest. This process will go on. Let us assume that there are 10 banks in the system, and after this deposit has gone through all these 10 banks for one time, the total deposit has become 4463. The total reserve has become 892.63, and lent out amount summation is 3570.5. Now this 107.374, this amount lent out by bank 10 to any particular individual, he will take this amount of money and deposit it in any of the 10 banks, and this process will continue until the grand total of all the deposits become rupees 5000. That is additional credit created after this numerical example ends at bank 10 lending out rupees 107, and this 107.37 is again deposited in some bank. The summation of those remaining transactions, additional credit created, is 536.87. Additional amount of reserve retained is 107.37, and additional amount lent out is 429.5. Now if we add this 4463.13 plus 536.87, so grand total of all the banks, grand total deposit of all the banks is 5,000, and this reserve retained grand total is 1,000, and the lent out amount, the grand total is 4,000. So initial deposit of rupees 1,000 has created a total deposit of 5,000 with 4,000 rupees lent out and 1,000 rupees as cash reserve ratio. So we get deposit multiplier of credit creation equals to, that is K, equals to 1 divided by R. Now what is K and what is R? K is the deposit multiplier and R equals to cash reserve ratio. If the cash reserve ratio is 20%, as in the above numerical example, then K equals to 1 divided by R equals to 1 divided by 0.2, it is 20%. So K equals to 5, that is deposit multiplied equals to 5. Thus the initial deposit of rupees 1,000 will create total deposit worth rupees 1,000 into 5, that is 5,000. See, initial deposit was 1,000, the total deposit is 5,000. So in the above example, initial deposit of 1,000 has created a total deposit worth of rupees 5,000. Now if cash reserve ratio is 10%, so the bank will have more money at their disposal to lend out. So bank will keep less amount of money as cash reserve ratio and lend out more amount. So if banks keep less amount of money as cash reserve ratio and lend out more amount, more will be the deposit created. So the deposit multiplier value will be 1 divided by 0.1 equals to 10. So here, if cash reserve ratio is 10%, deposit multiplied equals to 10. So initial deposit, if it is rupees 1,000, it would have created total deposit of 1,000 into 10, that is 10,000 in the economy, if cash reserve ratio was 10%. So the credit creation depends upon the ratio of cash reserve to deposit. The higher cash reserve ratio, the lower the deposit multiplier, and vice versa. So we see that besides cash reserve ratio, credit creation also depends upon, number one, availability of securities with customers wishing to take loan. Say a customer Mr. X, he wishes to take loan, but he does not have any securities to pledge with the bank. So the bank will not be interested to give him loan. If he has sufficient securities, then the bank will give him loan. So the availability of securities with the customer wishing to take loan is one of the most important factors of this credit creation. Next is the quantity of money in the economy. If the quantity of money in the economy is higher, the greater will be the credit creation. Next, the banking habit of the people in the economy. If the people have developed banking habit, then the credit creation will be higher. And if the people in the economy does not have a well developed banking habit, then the credit creation will be lower. Again, it also depends upon the policies of the central bank. Next, nature of business conditions. Nature of business conditions means if the business conditions are good, people will take loan and the demand for loan will be higher, and higher will be the credit creation. If business conditions are not so good, if the economy is in recession, people will not be encouraged to take loans and the credit creation will be lower. Now there might be leakages in the economy. because all the money lent out may not be deposited in some bank. So if these leakages in the economy are plugged, or if there are less leakages in the economy, the credit creation will be higher, and vice versa. Next is granting of loan by all banks. Now for credit creation, it is a prerequisite that all the banks in the economy are willing to grant loans. If all the banks in the economy are not willing to grant loans, then the credit creation will be less. And if all the banks in the economy are willing to grant loans at easier terms, then the credit creation in the economy will be higher. So these are the main determinants of credit creation, apart from cash reserve ratio. So with this, we come to the end of today's discussion. Hope you have understood what I have taught today. If you have any doubts, feel free to comment. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you for watching this video.